Okay. Welcome everyone to my first online face yoga event. And I want to thank Jacinda for this wonderful circle for bringing all of you here together. I'm super excited to learn, teach, and share all these little techniques I have. So a little bit about me. My name's Priyanka. I live in Spain currently. I have a little boy that keeps me very busy. So for me, face yoga is something I have a very little time to do. And I have incorporated it in sort of, I wash my face, I brush my teeth, I do face yoga, talk to my son sometimes and do it. But it's a small technique and the benefit comes because I do it daily. Every morning, it's automatic to me. Now, how I found face yoga. When I was a bit younger, like in my 20s, I used to have sort of a double skin color. Around my mouth was much darker, and the rest of my face was a little lighter, two-tone skin. I don't know if you guys have seen it in people, sometimes they have two-tone skin. But in my past life, I worked with makeup, so it didn't matter. I could just cover it up, and it didn't matter to pay any attention to the fact that my skin was two-toned. But later in my other life, when I was working a lot with a computer, I started to have a lot of pains, like odd pains in my arms, in my legs. And this is the time when I also started yoga. And so I would search a lot into the mystical realm to see what was causing this. And I was very fortunate to meet a Nepalese Buddhist monk. He was Nepalese, but based in China, and he found his way into Toronto. And I met him, and he took a quick look at me, and he said, "Oh, you're headed for thyroid problems," just like that, not like maybe, not softly. He said it so sharp to me, but with such conviction that it shocked me. How could this man, it's like a doctor giving you your doomsday result. You are headed for thyroid problems. And it shocked me. But he was also kind enough to tell me, look, there is another way. All you have to do is just stroke your neck every single day. You must. And then that would be the alternative. It would sway you from this route to thyroid, because it was almost like my destiny to get it. And I remembered my mom has some problems with thyroid, and my grandmother also. So it shocked me into taking this medicine as faith. I didn't know anything about face yoga. I was only in my 20s. It didn't matter. My face looked fine. I had makeup as a solution to cover my double pigment, but I took it on because he shocked me into believing that I was going to get thyroid. And I have been doing it ever since. I'm much, much older, and I don't wear so much of makeup. And what has also happened, it has taken care of that two-tone problem that I had on the sideline. So that is how face yoga found me. And since then, of course, I have added some techniques that I have used that is seen in yoga. We've added some techniques to that, which encompasses the whole practice of face yoga. Now, on a physical level, why do we do face yoga? Why do you need it? On a physical level, it tightens your skin. It increases the blood flow to your face. It gives you a glowing skin, fair complexion. All of this will come. But on a mental level, it'll do something much more for you. For this face is made up of 43 muscles. 43 muscles over here that are expressing, your inner feelings. It is communicating you. It is representing you. And so imagine if all these 43 muscles are sort of clenched a little bit, tightened a little bit, mixed signals a little bit. That's what will be conveyed. So you may be talking to someone going, yeah, I love you very much, because the face starts to hold these patterns. And when you take little time every day just to release these holds on the face, then you get all the physical benefits of face yoga. Now, I also want to share a little bit with you. There was a time I was living in north of India near Haridwar, and I was doing a healing technique called Pranic Healing. And when I was doing these techniques, I was also incorporating a little bit of this face touch. And I noticed that the general composure of people would change because I was asking them to pay attention. points like this, points around the laugh lines, and points around the eyes that you sort of see and take on the world. And there was amazing changes in this paper. And then my faith in face yoga started to grow even more deeper, right? I realized, hey, this is not just for vanity. This is not just for beauty. There's something more deep in it. And then people with a little bit of paralysis started to come into the clinic, and we started to work with them. We started to help them, and it was just a blown out phenomena. Almost like, I'm sure you guys have heard of laughing yoga. You know, when you stand and look at it, you're like, laughing yoga, come. But have you ever tried laughing yoga? It's amazing. It brings out this wave of hormones within you. And you can think of face yoga, the same thing, just a little bit of care, just a little bit of touch to the face. And it releases all these wonderful, goody, delicious within you. You know, I'm quite fortunate because I have a wonderful husband. Anytime I ask him, darling, how do I look? Always his answer is the same. You look wonderful. So when I decide to take care of my face, it's not for him because he sees me beautiful anyways. So when I decide to take care of my face, it's for my own self. I do it for the love of the self. All right. Any questions so far before we get into the technique of it? Does anyone have any questions? I just wanted to give you a little bit of, why, how I came into face yoga. I changed the screen so I can see all of you. Okay, so now what I would like you guys to do is to go just wash your face, keep the skin clean before we infuse our face with a technique. So 1 minute, just go wash your face. I'm going to wash my face because if you really see, I do put a lot of kajal in my eye. So I'm just going to give it a quick wash and I will meet you back with your hand cream and warm up your hands. Okay. Okay, I'm back. So this is my face, my beautiful face. I hope you can see it. Without two things I always do, like I explained to you, I used to work in the makeup industry before, and I had this nasty habit of tweezing my eyebrows, that I twist the life out of it. But a little bit of eyebrow pencil and kajal is all I need these days. So I'm going to show you techniques. But before I show you these techniques, I want to tell you there's a lot of techniques for face yoga. Many, many, many. Mine is a combination of the methods that was told to me by this monk and some of the techniques from yoga and some of the techniques I picked up along the way. And so if you guys are ready, let's get into the techniques that I use. Today, when I tell you, it'll take a little bit longer, no? Because I'm explaining all the techniques to you. But when you do it, when I do it every day, I do it fast now because it's an autopilot. So it takes me about 5-6 minutes, nothing more. Okay. So get a nice copious amount of cream in your hand because we're going to go detail by detail. Once again, I just want to make sure you can see my face, so you know what all I'm playing with. Okay. So first thing I would like you to do is just to put the cream on your face like you normally do. That's it. We're going to focus on the eyes. You see, for people who read a lot, who are in front of the computer, the blood sort of accumulates with the toxins over here. So if the lymphatic system is not running around the eye, you will get the dark circles. So technique 1, I use my ring finger ever so lightly and I circle 10 this way and 10 anti-clock this way. So I go nice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and reverse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Fantastic. And then I take my fingers, all of my fingers, and I just lift the skin up this way. So I do it really fast. I'm being very delicate with you guys. I just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's it. Just take it up. Up, up. Jacinda, I think I lost you. That's it. Take it up. Beautiful. Okay. Then what I do is I take these 2 fingers and I just move it around my mouth this way. Because there's a lot of tension that we hold in our mouth. That's it. That's it. Exactly. Do a couple of strokes. I do about 10. Sometimes I do 30. Then we're going to pucker up the lips like this. As though you're kissing your beloved, but very quickly. Now, I do this way to sculpt the face down. Fantastic. So, can you feel already? Can you guys feel there's a tingling sensation? This tingling sensation is just blood rushing to these areas. And the beauty is when the blood goes, it drags with it the lymphatic system. So you also have the lymphatic system that's going around your face and taking out toxins. So once I've finished those 3, don't worry about memorizing it. I have a pamphlet which I will send you after. What I do is I take my thumb and I stick it in here. And then I use the rest of the fingers, these laugh lines, just ever so softly. This way. You need to stick the thumb inside your mouth. She's got it. Anita's got it. That's it. Gracie's got it. Rajni's got it. Yeah, just like you're molding your face, you're sculpting your face, you're lifting your face, these lines. And I just pull it down. And then I do the same thing to the other side. Nice. Now, I would like you to do something else, but with your tongue. You see, this tongue is a long muscle. It goes all the way down and it collects a lot of toxins. So you can do it with the thumb. And if you find the tongue difficult, you don't need to do it. But if you can, do it. So you're going to pretend that you have a little candy in your mouth. So with your tongue, do this. And make some circles with your tongue. That's it. And reverse. That's it. When you start to do this with your tongue, you know what happens? In the beginning, you will notice a white coating on the tongue. For those of you who are not used to cleaning their tongue, when you start to move your tongue this way, you will notice a white coating on the tongue, but it will go away. It's just toxins coming out from the tongue. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing on the other side. And reverse. and release. Any questions so far? So we've taken care of the eyes. We've given, when we look down and read, or we're on the computer facing down, the skin starts to sag. And don't forget gravity, constantly pulling. So we give this nice lift, this nice flush, this ability to circulate and increase. And then after that, we did this pouting of the face, remember? To get these high cheekbone lines there. And then we went into these fine lines around our lip. The lip is a very, very important area, because you notice a lot of times when we're frustrated or angry, we start to do this crinching with, I don't think this crowd smokes, so you don't have to worry about the smoke lines, but the mouth around the face often holds tension, especially around the cheek. And that's why the thumb inside out, pull this, just tug on the skin, okay? And then we use the tongue as well. Okay, so far okay? Yeah, we can go a little bit more. Now, this is what the secret of the thyroid, my neck area. Here was the thyroid area. And the monk told me, you need to do 100 strokes, this side to this side. I went 100. Oh my God, I can't do anything else but face yoga, but it comes. I do it super, super fast. So I start from here, just interlock my little fingers here so I don't put too much pressure up. Once again, don't worry. You will start like this. When you get comfortable, you will do whichever way flows for you. So, but he told me, cross the little finger, take it up and stroke it down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Take it from the left to the right. 5, 6, 7, 8. That's it. That's it. Up to down. That's it. Yeah, you're loving yourself. You're spending some time with yourself. You're taking care of yourself. When I do it on my own, I go like this super fast, because I told you I have a 3-year-old. So I need to take quick time. And when I'm done with that, okay, after I'm done with that, this is also what the monk told me. He told me to tug on the ears and pull the ears. So we're just going to tug on the upper lobe and pull it. 1, 2, go down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got my earring stuck here. 9, 10. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. For those of you who've never tugged their ear, this must feel very good. Another thing that happens is there's a liquid, your ear canal liquid. And when you tug the ear, it helps you more with balance. And we're also going to take the thumb, put it here, and tug the lobe up. That's it. That's it. Now feel that heat sensation in your ear, right? It's balancing the liquid. It's your center of balance, the 2 lobes. We very rarely pay any attention to this. So once you've tugged all of this, what I would like you to do is just take your hand. Okay. Now you can see the face is nice and flushed. The ears are almost heated up. I would just like you to take your hand this way and just make a V with your fingers and just place it here. Shrug everything up. Get your shoulders up, get your head up. That's it. Now take it to the side and drop the shoulder. Feels a nice stretch over here. And if you can, drop the other shoulder. You can see the light between my hand. Yeah, see if you can drop it and hold it here. It should feel comfortable. It should feel rewarding. It should feel ever so nice. A nice stretch. That's it. Excellent. And release. We're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. We're just going to lift our hands, make a V with our fingers, place it right on top of the ear, and just pull it. And then I'm going to drop this shoulder and I'm going to drop the other shoulder to take it a little bit more deeper. It should feel nice. That's it. And release. Any questions? So these are the techniques that I use pertaining to my face. I'm going to show you two more things, but as we stand right now, does anybody have any questions? Nice. Do you think you guys can manage some of this every day?
Priyanka, are there a specific number of counts? Like,
Yes. Okay, I don't want you to think of it like a method. I want you to think of it like I'm doing something with myself. So when you're in the spirit of doing something with myself, today I have a little bit, I want it to be as organic as possible, because then you will do it every single day. So one day I have extra time, so I will just do 100. One day someone's tugging and pulling me, so I will do 20, 30, But when you think about it, okay, is one going to give me any benefit? Probably not. So I would stay within a minimum of 10 and then do it in increment, but you don't have to do more than 50, 60. No. In the beginning, I used to do morning and night. Like I told you, I was shocked into doing this, right? So I used to do both morning and night. And after some point, I just do it in the morning, but I do every single day. I have one more thing I would like you guys to do. Okay. So now this is for the face yoga. And then I gave you a little bit of neck stretch, so you can bring the chest forward. You can bring the neck forward. You can give space to the neck by increasing these two muscle span. Now, if somebody is really irritating you, if you're very angry, I got a very good posture for you. It's called the lion's posture. So we're going to try that. Okay, so I'm going to do it first, and then we can do it all together. So this is to take away the heat that you build up in the body because you're angry or you're irritated or some things are not going very good. So we're going to take this up, the shoulders up, and I'm going to inhale. Then I'm going to open my mouth and I'm going to look up and stick my tongue out as I pull the shoulders down. Okay, can we try it together? So I'm going to take a big inhale. That's it. Great, Gracie. Take it up, up. And don't worry, no one's looking at you. Look up and exhale it all out. Excellent. Can we give one more time together? A great big group of lions here. Inhale up and fantastic. So this is when you feel irritated from the inside. So you can do everything to your face and all of a sudden someone comes and just gives you some irritating news. You can do this. It will expel it out of your nervous system. Now, for when it gets very, very hot, especially in Goa in the summer, it gets very, very hot, I will give you another breathing technique, very, very easy techniques. What I would like you to do is I will give you two variations of this. Just clench your teeth together. Make the teeth flat. And now from here, inhale. And then just exhale out through your nose. Did you see that? That air you took in was cool, no? It's Sithari and Sitkali. Very two important but very quick breathing exercise. So when you're very hot, on a hot, hot day, you can do this exercise. And just exhale out through the nose. You can also do this for those of you who are struggling a little bit with high blood pressure. Very, very good to calm, to lengthen the breath. So I leave you with all these techniques for today. And if anybody wants to go and re-put on some makeup, you can take a minute, but I'll be here. And then we can continue with a little bit more of talk on the face yoga.
I have a question. I'm Beena. How do you clean your face before all this massage and all? How do you clean your face?
Jacinda, I'm not able to tell who's talking.
Yeah. It's Beena.
How do you? Yeah. You can't see me?
Priyanka, can you see Beena?
Beena.
Beena Mishra spotlighted her.
Yeah, there.
Hello, can you see me now? How do you clean your face before all this massage? With some cream or just plain water?
I normally tend to have natural products in my house, normally. So I just grab a soap and water. But I do something else. Once in a while, I do put salt on my skin. I do put salt on my skin once a week or once a month or something like that. I give it a good scrub with tea.
Salt?
Salt, yeah.
Which
Salt, not so fine salt, like a little, like natural salt. Not table salt. Table salt is very, very fine. So I use natural sea salt and I scrub my face with that. And just soap and water. And then face cream.
do you use hot water on your face or just
No,
cold?
just I open the tap. I'm always running on low time, so I just open the tap and whatever water comes, I do use that water. But you know, Bina, there is something I do though.
Sorry, we should not use hot water on your face.
I don't particularly have a preference of hot water or cold water. I never really thought about it, but there is something I consciously do, which is after my shower. I love taking a hot shower. After my shower, I always finish off with a 30-second of a very, very cold water splash, because it will bring the nerve endings, you know, it will liven up the nerve endings. So
in cold weather, you can't take the cold shower.
No, I take hot water and I just finish off with 30 seconds. But anyways, the answer to your question is, I think the same philosophy would apply to the face as well. You may wash it with a warm water, but if you feel like you're feeling a bit fatigued and the skin is looking a little bit dry and pale, I would flush it with cold water, at least the face. Because what happens, no? Your nerve endings, when you put the cold water, they're all awake, and it's like a root system. Your nerves are like root system. So it's like you awaken that periphery, that ending of the nerves.
Okay, thank you.
Priyanka, but we have another question. Is it a good time now, or should I?
Yes, please.
All right.
I was just going to talk about a little bit of other things, but you can ask away your questions. Not a problem.
Padmini, would you like to
Go ahead.
ask a question, Padmini?
Yeah. Yes. Hi, Priyanka.
Hi.
I just wanted to know about this auricular massage that you're talking about. This auricular massage, the ear massage. Yeah.
For here, right?
Yeah. So how long? Just a few minutes would be okay, or the whole ear?
I do the whole ear because I also know that it's acupressure points on the ear.
That's right.
I divide my ear into 3 points, no?
Okay.
So I tug the top.
And Thank you. You answered my question. Thank you.
And I tug the bottom, yeah. I try and pay attention to the ear.
Yes.
Because I also I had vertigo as well, with a lot of imbalances, and I live on the mountain, so I need to watch my footing and I need to watch my balance. So I do pay attention to my ear.
That's fantastic, actually. That's fantastic information. Thank you.
But I also want, I would...
Go ahead.
Sorry? No, I want to tell you guys, I tend to use natural products. I tend to use more ecological products. So of course, when I use the face cream, I try and stay away from a lot of chemicals. Then you also need to eat healthier, because we all know you can put a lot of beauty outside, but if the personality, if the inner person is not so nice, the beauty doesn't shine through. So inner beauty, true beauty comes from very, very deep. I can put on all the makeup, and if I have a grouchy face, no one's going to want to be in my presence, and no one's going to want to be in my company. So in the spirit of true beauty, you still have to take care of the inside. You need to still eat well. We need to drink lots of water, and we need to try and use products that are sort of environmentally friendly and also friendly to our skin and face. That's very, very important.
Hi, Priyanka.
Hi, Lalita and Albert. What a lovely team.
I just wanted to know any exercises for the eye and for the nose.
The eye and the nose. The nose, I mean, you don't mean massage, you mean exercises, right?
No, like massage.
The massage. For the eyes is the circling of the eyes, which is what I do. It's taken away a lot of the difference.
The eye itself. What about the eye itself?
The eyeball.
Well,
there's tons of exercises for the eyes, like to strengthen the eyeball, because the eye itself is a muscle, right? It's an eyeball that sits in a pool of liquid. So one of the famous eye exercises, when you look to the left, you look to the right, look to the left, the right, and you do that a couple of times, up and down a couple of times, and then hold your finger in front of you, take it back, forward, back a couple of times. But these things are so simple, but the power of it rests on the fact that you do it daily, that you do it regularly. So once again, you look to the left, to the right, then you look up and down, then you make circles with your eye, clockwise, anti-clockwise, and then you put the finger very close to this side and take it away from this side. That's for the eyes. But this is common. You can find the same exercises on internet a lot, because it's so old, so useful, and so widely used. For the nose, what I do with my son as well, when the nose sort of gets clogged or something, a great way is to just do this from top to bottom, top to bottom, top, and you will actually feel it opening up a little bit. Just the reasons why we clasp our fingers is to avoid putting a lot of pressure. But once you start to spend time with your face, you will know what is too much pressure. You don't have to worry so much about how you lock or unlock your fingers.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. So this is the exercise, but I would like you, if you guys still have some time, to go over them again. So what I would like you to do when you start your day, a quick thing, is to sort of pat your head. I often start with that. So just take your knuckles and just tap your head. Here I am. Good morning, head. How are you? I love you. All my thoughts all come from this cabeza, this head. And so you just tap your head. That's it. And after that, I wash my face and I take some cream and I start with my eye, because my first way of communicating with the world is through my eyes. And this is how I do it. So I make circles clockwise. We're just going through the exercises again. And then I go anti-clockwise, 10, 10. Once that is done, I take care of my whole face and I do these strokes upwards. I do about 20, 30, depending on the day, but minimum keep it 10, minimum, don't go less than 10. Just like this, up, up, up the whole face. Once I'm finished with that, I open my fingers, the ring finger and the middle finger, make a V, and then I go like this with my lips. That's it. Mempet, I think you got it all fantastic. That's it. I do this. You can feel it. When you do it, you can feel it. Once that is done, I pucker my lips like you're kissing someone very sweet. And then you take it up. That's it. Once that is done, then I take my thumb, I stick it inside my mouth, my cheek, and I use the rest, especially my index finger, this way like a hook, and just to pull down that skin. That's it. Remember, we have these laugh lines, Hora. And then I do the same thing on the opposite side. You can actually feel the blood rushing into your skin. The thumb, tuck it in and do the same. And when that is done, if you are able, invite the tongue to do the same round on both sides. In the beginning, if you're not used to moving your tongue that way, it may seem a little odd, and it may even seem like, how can I move my tongue? But it'll come. And if you have little grandchildren or kids in the house, they'll love to do the same thing with you. And reverse. And then take it to the opposite side. For those of you who've never, ever, ever done any tongue exercise, you will see that white film starting to build up on your tongue. And then the opposite side. And reverse. And when that is done, I take care of this beautiful area, my thyroid, all these lymphatic veins and this, pathways that run up and down your neck. You just take it from the tip and bring it down. Of course, this is also going to give you a beautiful neckline. But beyond that is that lymphatic fluid is rushing down. That's it. That's it. And who can tell me what's next?
Your head.
The ears. Super. That's it. Let's take care of our ears now. The balance. You can maybe visualize me on the mountain trying to stand straight. And that gets me going into this. And if you can, break it down into 3 parts. So we have the upper lobe, right up, and the middle part of the lobe, and the bottom part of the lobe. I also do one thing by placing my thumb in here, and I tug on the top this way. There's many yogic exercises as well that involves tugging the earlobe. And when all of that is done, I take my hand this way, and I do this. That's it. And drop this to take it a little deeper. And I do another one. And drop. That's it. Now I have one beautiful exercise for all those who are still here. So this one, which I omitted in the first one, this is the secret weapon. If you don't want to do anything else and you want to do one, it's this one. So I would like you to take your tongue, stick it up, take your chin up, and hold it. And release. So if there's one exercise where you have no time for anything else, it would be this one. This will take care of the thyroid. It will also take away this, this turkey chin that we tend to get. It will tighten that skin and give you a beautiful line here. And then if you like, you can follow up with the breath one, the lion's breath. Take away tension. Shoulders up, 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 up towards the ear blows. Take a big inhale. And then just bring it down as you look up. Sorry, I turned my head up, but you don't need to bring your head up, but you need to look up. And you do that 3 times. And then you're fantastically ready to give your best version to all those you encounter throughout your day.
Thank you.
Invite more questions.
Try increasing volume of the device.
I think everyone can unmute and ask if you have any questions.
Questions, yeah.
Thank you.
A lot of stretching was felt for the first time.
Oh, beautiful.
A lot of stretching was felt.
Very beautiful to hear that.
Yeah, and that's, you never realize, like, there are portions of your neck and face which is not used because you're constantly talking or doing things. You feel that you're always using something. But now I feel like, certain parts, especially this tongue exercise, there was a lot of pull here, this side on the cheeks, a lot of pull here, this side.
Yeah. Fantastic. Yeah. I mean, a very good notation because, of course, some of us start face yoga because, I have wrinkles, I don't want the wrinkles. I've got lines, I don't want the lines. But it doesn't matter really what takes you there because the end result that we all get is the same, whether it's beauty that you're after or health that you're after. You know, another interesting thing that happens with face yoga is some of us have these habits, you know, these continuous habits of holding our face in certain patterns. Have you seen people with this long split over here where they tend to hold their expressions here? That goes away. Or people that have this strange expressions of holding the way they communicate, it starts to take a different shift, because you're bringing your awareness to these points. So someone who was talking this way or a little bit irritated quickly, you will see a lot of changes in them as well. So a lot of little things, but the changes, the benefits, the outcomes are profound.
Anita, you had a question?
Yes.
Anita Jarvis?
With the exercise for your thyroid, you know.
Yes, the 3 1 was the stroking of the throat.
Does that not go sort of with gravity? You're going down, you're just pulling your muscles downwards.
Anita, that was the first thing I asked. I'm like, wait a minute, why am I dragging my throat out? But all I can tell you is unlike a lot of people that I have taught face yoga to, I went on faith. He told me do it and I did it, you know. So I can only show you my face, and I have been doing it for many years.
Mine will never look like that.
But like I said, you know, it's about trying and getting the benefits in our own capacity, in our own way. Whatever is meant to come will come. But we have to put the effort. So I was taught to cross my fingers, put it up here, and take it down. He taught me this pose. He told me to pull my earlobes, and he told me to stick the tongue up to further deepen this impact on the skin here.
I just,
doing this ear exercise for too long, will I be able to fly?
Sorry, Anita, can you repeat?
I was just surprised why it wasn't an upward stroke, you know.
Yeah, the face is an upward stroke. So for the face, you go up this way. Okay, so even when you pout your lips, you still go up. When you do this, you're pulling down. When you do this, you're pulling down.
So long as it works.
I think it's more also for the thyroid and tugging the skin down this way, you know.
You got cured of thyroid?
Who is asking me that question?
Bina. You got cured of thyroid after
Am I cured or not? I don't know, but I don't have any symptoms of thyroid. I don't have the pains. I was never tested for getting thyroid. I only know my mom has it and my grandmother had it. I had some aches and pains, and I went to the monk who had this psychic sense that I was headed that way. And so I started taking them. But I don't have the discoloration in my face. I don't have the aches and pains that I used to feel. Those two I don't have.
And
maybe I should check. But you know what? Wait a minute. I did have many medical checkups because of when I was trying to have my baby. I had a little bit of complications. So during that passage, I did go to the doctor and do a full body checkup. And no, I don't have any thyroid. No. So in answer to your question, no, I don't. And knock on wood.
So
that is what I want to ask. Does this?
Yeah.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Does this exercise helps in curing the thyroid?
I cannot say that. I cannot say that. Like I told you, Bina, you have to really remember when the monk told me, I never went and checked whether he was a real monk. I never did any due diligence on him. He looked at me.
The symptoms, you stopped having symptoms, so you thought that you don't have the thyroid.
Yes, and I did a check. I was never diagnosed for. I was just prophesized for getting it, and I checked ever since, and so far all good.
Everything was normal. Okay, fine.
Yeah. And have I people that have come in the clinic when we worked for who have expressed concerns? Have I suggested this? Yes, I have suggested this. Have they seen benefits? Yes, they have seen benefits. Okay, so I want to word myself very carefully. I have suggested it, people have done it, and they had seen way more benefits than just pertaining to one certain aspect of their body, you know, holistic.
Anyone else? Okay. Priyanka, I have a very, I guess, dumb kind of question.
No.
In yoga we do Ashtanga yoga and Vinyasa and things like that. So, is there for face yoga? Is it on the same lines? Do you have an Ashtanga
Very
yoga
good question,
on
Jacinda.
face? You know.
To be honest with you, I have never researched that. I haven't found it as such. But I don't think I haven't come across any kind of lineage, if that's your question. No, is there any lineage for face yoga? There isn't any lineage for the postures that we used in, not all of them. So I don't think I would find anything that says, okay, put your thing here. But there is a wisdom that has been created over generations. You could go sometimes in little villages and you will see, they will tell you, yes, if you have thyroid, stroke the throat, for example, this laugh line. I have seen that across many cultures, that they say, especially South Americans and Asians, for some reason the South Americans and the Asians both tend to get a lot of laugh lines as opposed to the Caucasian race. So, and I find both of them, the cultures, both of them incorporate this, putting the tongue in. Then the tongue. So does yoga tell you to use your tongue for beauty of the face? Maybe not. But does yoga tell you there's a lot of benefits by moving your tongue and doing tongue exercises? Yes. Hatha yoga has it. Move your tongue, move your tongue, because the tongue is an organ that's often forgotten. And when you move it, you can actually see, for those of you who have never done any tongue exercise, when you start, like I told you, there's a white film that will come, and then you'll be like, it's cleaning itself,
And you've been doing this since the last 20 years plus, right? On your
Yeah,
face.
I've been doing it for a very long time. Don't ask me my age. That's often the next question comes, how old are you? That's a big secret. But since you guys are such a sweet group, I will tell you, I'm younger than 60 and I'm older than 40. Okay. Yeah, and I also gave you another big clue that my journey to my boy was a very long journey. Another story for another day, but it was a long journey to have my little boy who is 3 right now. So you can kind of put the numbers together.
I'd say you're very young because 60 is young. 60 is still
Very good. There you go.
40.
Yes, we have to remember, there is the biological aging and then there is the chronological aging of the spirit, where if one feels still alive and vibrant and hopeful and, all those amazing attitudes, keeps the psychological age of the body much younger. I mean, you look at this group, I cannot tell who's what age. Fantastic.
I think, Jacinta, interactions with Priyanka, we should have it more often, because it's more on a positive thinking also. So if
I'm sure,
bring
because
her
as she's mentioned,
frequently to our group, yeah.
we should have met her even much earlier. I'm sure some of us are saying I should have met her much earlier. I think I would have saved a few wrinkles here and there. Or for me, I tend to, a bit lesser now, but tend to lose my temper a lot. Like, I really could relate to what you were saying now, Priyanka, on,
Not only you,
you know,
yeah. When we hold, because we have to think a lot. Once again, beauty. Face yoga is often thought of something very vain, that we do it for vanity. But think about it, with these muscles, when you clench it and you hold it, and then you start to communicate with that filter of hold, that filter of stress. Nothing comes out sweet anymore because the body itself is irritated, and amazingly, because I have a 3-year-old boy, and like most of you, I grew up with a very strict discipline of the hand, discipline of the broomstick, discipline of the shoes, and I'm really consciously trying not to put that onto my boy. And that process has to start with me, where I have to keep myself calm, so it doesn't come out that way. So my reactions are not so beep choppy with the spoon and with the shoe and with the thing. It's a conscious effort every single day. I see a lot of laughing. I'm sure you do. It's just a different way of loving. I'm not saying one is better than the other. My mother had to do what she had to do. I'm here today, happy. But I don't want to do it for my son. It's a conscious choice. And in that conscious choice, Me is what I have to take care of. Me is what has to be calm. Me is what has to be more responsive than reactive, you know.
Is there any specific time to? I know you said is as good as brushing your teeth and waking up in the morning, but I say more particularly from because I really relate to the part where you said that face is a soul. It's like a window to your soul.
Your
So is there
expression,
a
exactly.
specific period of time that really like? Is it early in the morning? Is it late at night? Which part of the day can you really relate? Sort of, if you can, bring out your soul with the face and really,
I prefer, to me, what works is when I do it as soon as I wash my face in the morning. Then I know it's done. Then I know it's not forgotten. Now it's a habit, like I said, if I don't do it, it's like something is not washed, something is not cleaned. So I put it right, wash face, brushing teeth. Everybody knows, don't disturb Mama. She needs her little 15 minutes in the bathroom.
I think that's a
And
great.
it's funny, my son sees it and he's also starting to, "Ooh, Mama, what you doing?" I'm like, "Baby, I can look beautiful
Time
for
does
you."
it take? How much time does it take
Oh,
to
who asked
do
that
that?
question? Fantastic question.
How
Who
much
wants to
time
know?
does it take to you to do this exercise?
Believe it or not, I will tell you, it takes me 5 minutes to go through all of them. But I do
Oh,
it fast, a little bit faster. Huh? I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I still do 100 here as much as I can. So boom, 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 boom. Before, when I started, I was doing it out of fear. So I was doing it morning. I don't want thyroid. I don't want to take pills. I was doing it from that frame of mind. So I was doing it morning and night. And then at some point, I'm like, okay, come, we cannot be so afraid. So I started to just continue in the morning, which is what I have been doing now.
And
Look
is
at Avita, great. She's still
there
at
a
it.
way that we can just keep smiling and be positive with face yoga?
Yeah.
Because when I'm done from this call, I know I'm going to get like, again frowning again. Bad, my bad, but I don't know.
No.
I'm just saying, is there a way where you can just keep smiling and practice on your.
Yeah. Absolutely. I do the face yoga, but my practice is also including breath work, which I do, and I also do yoga. So I want to try and be the best human being I can. And I have a lot of naughty habits. Anger used to be one of them. And so in order to cultivate a better version, I do invest a lot of time. That's one of the reasons why I even moved up to the mountain. So I have the luxury of time. And it visits you again later on life when you're 60 plus. You have that luxury of time again. Huh? Your children are grown up. You have grandchildren, so you have the beautiful gift of time. Invest it in the self.
That's beautiful,
Priyanka, next time you see us,
Anita.
you won't recognize us.
Well, there we go. That's fantastic.
Great.
Thank you. Beautiful.
That's a nice one.
You see, you made everyone laugh there, Anita. Very good. Very sweet. It's a funny attitude, but it's actually such a gorgeous attitude.
All right. Yeah, I think that's most with all the questions. I think I hope we've not tired you out with all of our.
No, not at all. My boy comes in an hour, so I have lots of time. He's gone to school, and he'll be.
Yeah.
So,
So I don't think there's any more questions from
yeah.
anyone.
I would like to just end off with, once again, thank you very much, Jacinda, for inviting me. It's my pleasure. When I serve others, when I offer others, I learn, and it's also rewarding to myself. And I would like you guys to remember, your body is just your vehicle. Huh? It feels nice to give it a nice wash. It feels nice to give it a nice polish, but this is just your vehicle. True beauty comes from somewhere very, very deep. But when your vehicle is nice and shiny, it makes it easier to spread this beauty further and out. And with that spirit, thank you very, very much. I have a little pamphlet which I will send to Jacinda and she can distribute it. And I would like you to please try and take some of this and put it into your day a little bit. You don't maybe need to do the whole routine, but pick some that resonate with you, that come a little bit easier for you, and incorporate it into your day-to-day practices.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Priyanka.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All you
Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks again,
Thank
Jacinda.
you.
Thank you. Take
Thank you,
care.
Jacinta.
Bye.
Thank you.
Have a great evening, everyone. Have a great day, Priyanka. Bye.
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 Jacinda, 1 second. If you
Yeah.
can, just
All right,
do the
thank you.
recording later, okay?
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't get that, Priyanka.
If you